Hello, hello, it's Leah Simone with Intuitively Simone. Welcome back to our channel, a sacred space that is yours, mine, and the divine. I have already recorded this video at the time that I'm recording this intro because I started off recording this intro with the intention that it was going to be a pick a card, but this first pile came out right away as a twin flame reading, and it's an hour and 30 minutes long, which is way longer than I anticipated, but it's fine. So I think that I might use the other three cards to do a pick a card reading, and the intention was, what did you teach them? What have you taught them? So this is going to be like a twin flame dynamic of that, and then the other three I'll do as a pick a card later, but I just wanted to record this intro so you know what to expect. If you are not in a twin flame reading, this reading is not for you, clear and simple. All right, but I'll have a pick a pile for you soon. I hope. No guarantees though, you guys. I'm so tired and I think I need to take a break because it's really impacting my energy and I'm not able to, I haven't been in balance very much lately, and it's, so yeah. Anyways, enough about me. So I said that to say there may or may not be more videos coming up in the next week, but I'll let you guys know. Anyways, on to the reading. Enjoy. Bye. Hi. Pile, I almost Okay, so right away I almost said pile 2, and I haven't even gotten started with pile 1. So this might be a spillover message, which would not surprise me because the amount of shit that's coming through already, you guys, it's a lot. It's overwhelming. So first of all, let me start off by saying that for one, I'm probably going to be talking really fast because there's a lot that's coming through. Not only that, but there are 2 energies that's coming through, and I'm going to elaborate that on I'm going to elaborate in a minute. But I want to say that, oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank. All right, let me get into the 2 energies. So as soon as I started to go through and shuffle the cards and ask the questions, my intention was to set it up so that this describes you, this describes what you teach people, and this describes the means by which you teach them. Whether it's intentional, whether it's conscious, subconscious, unintentional, it doesn't matter. It's just, this is how it unfolds. That was my intention. When I was shuffling, the way that it is coming out is like, actually, to be honest with you, I'm not quite sure because okay, so let me back up a little bit and say that this is 100% a twin flame reading. 100% twin flame tarot reading, energy reading, however you want to call it. So if you are not in a twin flame connection or anything like that, I'm telling you, like, straight out, this is not your reading. There is no confusion from spirit about whether or not this is a twin flame reading. And to be honest with you, I was trying to avoid, I didn't intend for this to be a love reading, but this is going to be one of those piles where you might feel irritated because the way that it was coming through was like I was setting up to get your energy, to share a message. How do I want to say this? It basically, like, this other additional energy, this twin flame energy is so invasive, but because in a twin flame connection, it's the same soul in 2 bodies, it's so intertwined. So as I was setting this up, it was, I'm not quite sure how it's coming through, but I feel like when I was setting up, I can't even get my wits about me because I feel like there's so much that I want to say. But it's not coming out. The thing that's coming out, the thing that came out first and foremost was like the frustration, because I feel like for you might be trying to disconnect from this energy. Like it's because it's like it's over. Like you feel infected by this energy, like it's in you cannot get rid of it, type of thing. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, that wouldn't be a problem for you if there was something happening in the physical, in whatever way that works for you. So maybe you guys are talking, but you're not in a relationship, or maybe you guys aren't talking at all, or maybe you've been in a relationship, but it hasn't progressed, or whatever the situation is. It's like, get out of my energy if this is not going to be progressive. I get that energy from you. So I'm having a hard time. And then this other energy is here, and they're just responding like, I want to say almost like a puppy, but they're so enthusiastic and just steadfast in whatever it is. It's almost like it's not coming across dismissive in a disrespectful way. It's coming across dismissive in a way that's like, I'm not listening to you because you don't know what I'm doing yet, and that's intentional. But as soon as you know what I'm doing, and as soon as you see what I've been planning or what I have in the works or whatever, like, it's going to blow your mind. I'm getting from this, okay, I'm going to get into the card, but from this energy, like from the image in this card right now, it's just like, I'm going to sweep you off of your feet. I just heard beyond your wildest dreams. Okay, so I was also getting the energy that whatever this other person is trying to do, whatever they're planning, it's so, like, engineer is sticking out to me. And I'm going to get into what they've taught you or what you've learned or however. I don't even know how this is going to shake out, because honestly, I feel like this is coming through as more of a love reading than it is about, like, what have you taught people. So we'll see. But I suddenly am so hot. Okay, so back to this other energy. This other energy has been it's like coming through so childish. Not childish like immature childish. I mean like their inner child is so excited, like, and another one and another other one. Like they're like sharing something with you. I'm having to strip right now because I just got so hot. I don't know if this energy is all over the place, you guys. This reading is probably going to feel ungrounded, and I'm not even sure. All right, let me just try to ground this energy real quick and ground this message and organize this and make some type of, okay, so I feel like the energy, no, not I feel like, the energy that I'm tapping into that's kind of all over the place and so chaotic, this is not meant to be a sign of disrespect. This is like, I just heard final moments. It's like, now I'm hearing curtain call. Okay, so what I was getting before, especially when I was setting this up, is like whatever this other person has been working on, this other energy has been working on, I heard when I was shuffling, like they want it to be perfectly perfect, right? And it's like, so in that way of being and that wanting it to be perfectly perfect, I heard anal, I'm hearing anal retentive, like they're so anal retentive about the things, like if the tiniest thing is off, like I just heard it's not good enough. Like whatever they're trying to do, I'm hearing build up, like whatever they're trying to build up, or something about build up. I don't know if this is like momentum is building up, or, oh, okay, yeah, thank you. So spirits are like refocusing me back. So it's like the final moments, like the momentum has built up and it's almost here. And now that it's almost here, it's like that last rush of kind of like nerves and perfection and like, okay, is everything in this right spot? I'm just seeing someone like, I'm seeing like wedding planning. And it's like right before the wedding or something. It's like, okay, is the caterer set to come? Are all of the table, or what are they called? The like little table, what are they called? The little decorations that you put in the middle of the tables. You know what I'm talking about. Like in wedding, obviously I'm not a person that plans, like I'm not that little girl that was like, my wedding's going to have this and that. Okay. Not about you, Leah. All right. So, whatever that thing is, I'm seeing it and I want to say ornament, but I know it's not an ornament. Anyways, okay, and then like the name placements, the place settings, and do we have the proper flowers and the proper lightings? It's that kind of like, it's showtime, is everything all together kind of energy. And because they want this to be so perfect, for some of you guys, okay, because they want this to be so perfect, it's like, I want to say like no disrespect to you, but it's like I can't even give you any attention right now because I'm trying to plan this thing. I'm going to, and you're gonna have all of my attention. Like it's gonna be, but it's like, this is the final. I'm hearing now. It's the final countdown. You know that song? It's like final moments. So this person's energy, they can't even stabilize their self right now. This tree is standing out to me so much. It's like this person can't even stabilize or ground themselves. They may be trying to get into nature, but they find themselves so distracted. I'm hearing inspired. Like maybe they're in nature and they're going for a walk and then they're like, let me just try to ground. And then they notice a flower and then their mind is like, oh, what kind of a flower is this? I wonder if this would match well with our flower arrangement. And it's like they're automatically pulled back into whatever this thing is that they're planning. And it's like, I'm hearing like down to the most minute details. They want this to be so perfect for you. Okay, so the other thing that's coming through is that I'm getting this is quite literally like, okay, hold on, let me get my words right. For some of you guys, this is quite literally like a proposal, planning a proposal. And okay, so what I'm seeing is like, who's gonna be there? Is it just gonna be an intimate, personal thing between the two of you guys, or is there gonna be like your family members and that type of thing, or like, you know what I mean? Like, where's it gonna be? Indoors, outdoors? I'm seeing like a park. For some of you guys, I'm seeing like a flash mob, like that dancing. You know what I mean? So it's like that. Okay, I just heard like grandiose, like they want it to be a grand gesture. And the thing is, it's like, okay, I'm getting like, so the way that I'm seeing it is, it was like a wheel that was moving slow, and then I'm just hearing like, and that's how it is, or that's how it was for them. And now they've got, did I say that about the momentum? Like now they have the steady momentum, and it's like, I'm hearing again the final countdown and like curtain call. It's like curtain call. Like this is the rehearsal. This is like, everybody show up, be in your positions. We're going to run through this. It's almost freaking opening act. You know what I mean? It's almost showtime. Like, is everybody ready? I'm here. Like, is everybody ready? This feels very theatrical. So I don't know if that's significant. Also, this 111 is standing out to me. That may be significant here. Okay, so anyway, and I feel like I always point out the 111, and I'm not like biased to that because other numbers do come. Well, I mean, am I? That is my number, but other numbers do come through. But I don't know. It works how it works. I'm drawn to whatever I'm drawn to, according to spirit. So, what I'm being drawn to now is this spirit card, this Phoenix card. All right, I think I can put this down. Oh, so a couple other things that was coming through when I was shuffling was like, again, the intention was like, what have you taught this person? Patience. Because there was a point when I was doing something, I got frustrated and I was ready to like, but I had to like check myself. And so that was that. And then there was also another messaging of like releasing control, because as the cards were coming out, again, I'm confused because I'm like, this is not coming out the way that I intended to ask the questions. And when that happens you guys may not be able to tell or even notice it or see it. You definitely don't see it because it happens during the shuffle. But when that happens, sometimes I get a little bit like overwhelmed, because I'm like, all right, this is going to be a message that's like all over the place, hard, maybe it won't, whatever. And that kind of stresses me out because I have an idea of like how I want to set it up. And then sometimes it does not work like that at all. And usually it's with the first pile. But once I get like a grasp on how the first pile goes, then it's like, okay, so I know what to expect for the second, third, fourth pile, whatever, right? There's something about this person's energy that you have taught them to, okay, let me be clear, because it's like, that's a part of what you taught them. Okay, so to simplify that is to go with the flow, because this is the type of person that likes to maintain, okay, I just heard status. I was going to say control, but maintain status. What does that mean? I'm not asking you, I'm asking the spirit. Like, what does that mean, maintain status? Oh my gosh, you know what I just realized, you guys? Oh my gosh, you know what else I just realized, you guys? Okay, wow, like what's the third number? Okay, the first thing I realized is that I never even lit my incense. I got so caught up in this person's energy. And like I almost want to say like chaos of it, but I don't mean chaos in a bad way. The other thing that I forgot is I did names for you guys to confirm. So this can be, well, I intended this to be your name or a name associated to you, like with a name associated. Okay, I intended this to be your name when it was supposed to be about like, this is you and this is what you've taught, you know what I'm saying? But because it's coming through with two energies, and because this is such a strong flame, the way that I'm going to say is that this could be your name or your twin flame's name or somebody associated to you guys, whether in relation or friendship or like an animal or something like that, especially if you guys have less common names. All right. So the names that we have here for additional confirmation. Oh, the other thing that I want to say is if you don't see your name here, that doesn't mean this isn't for you. If already what I've been saying has been resonating, take it. This is just additional confirmation. Oh, the other thing that I wanted to say, see, it's like, I feel like the way that's how this person's energy is, where it's like they're preparing for this thing, and it's like, I'm hearing again, it's the final countdown. Okay, I just heard aloha. It's like getting down to the final hours or final whatever. And it's like, oh, and then what about this? And oh yeah, do we remember? It's like all these other little things, because they want it to be so perfect. Like all these things keep popping up. The other thing is when I was shuffling, or when I was pulling these cards, I lined this one up, and then there was one that was to the side, and it was Grant again. So I don't know. I feel like I needed to say that. That was significant. I'm gonna get rid of this because I already have a Grant. But something about like two. Oh, maybe that's like twin flames because it's the same. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Take that. Maybe this is more. I feel like there's something deeper here, and I got to sit with it now. All right, what is it, Spirit? Why? So, twin flames is a part of it, but also, like, I'm hearing, like, grant me, what? Okay, hearing, like, grant 3 wishes. Like, maybe this person wants to grant, like, make you, again, I was getting that energy of like make your dreams come true, like beyond your wildest dreams. Anyways, all right, let me get to the names. So we have Daisy, Monica, Dakota, Belinda, Dania, Douglas, Eli, Grant, Jane, Kendrick, Bailey, Robert. Cleo, Ishmael, Mason, Lamar, Eustace, Curtis, Colin, Precious, Lee, Miranda, Ziggy, Zach. Sophia, Tatiana, Benedict, Dava, Dina, Cookie, Felicia, Ruby, Cody, Karen, Jeffrey, Hilton, Tiffany, Giselle, Pruitt, Drake, Blaine, Enrique, Miley, Jordan, Malaysia, Lainey, Hendricks, Dalton, Zoe, and Josiah. Okay, the other thing that was coming through before when I was shuffling is that out of nowhere, my legs started to feel very, sore is not the right word. And it was my right leg specifically. It wasn't sore. It felt the way that it feels. If you guys are someone that has ever worked out, especially like with weights, weight training, even if it's just your body weight, you know that feeling of, the way that I see it when I'm working out, the way that I visualize it is like my muscles are contracting and it's like squeezing acid out of it, and it has that like burn kind of feeling that you know it's working out. It's not like sore. It's not like the, oh my gosh, I'm so sore from working out 2 days ago or however many days ago. It's not that sore feeling. It's that like in the moment of working out, that like burn kind of feeling. I felt that especially in my right leg, like in my right upper thigh and hip area and hip flexor and stuff like that. So I don't know if that's, if that means something to anyone. The other thing was, I feel like that's related to this other person. The other thing that was coming through was that my back was starting to hurt, my lower back especially, just out of nowhere. So maybe you or this other person has issues with their lower back. Maybe they do something in like a athletic space, or maybe even for a career, or just in their like everyday space that it wears on their back. Maybe this has to do with working out. I don't know, something. Maybe they're on their like feet or whatever. They're like medical professional. I don't know. Anyways, okay. All right. So what else? What else was coming through? I need a sip of water, you guys. That has really taken it out of me. Oh my God, that's so good. Oh, golly. All right. So, I feel like there is something else that was coming through. Oh, okay. So whenever yes, twin flame connection. So this is a type of connection. Maybe that's why it came out this way, because this is the type of connection that, like, in a twin flame connection, it's designed for both parties to evolve rapidly. I'm hearing ascend. Like, so ascend, specifically ascend, because we can evolve and not ascend. Basically, we can be a shapeshifter, but not ascend, not elevate, you know? So I'm hearing specifically ascend. So for both of you guys, right? And I'm like, so what I'm getting is like this connection, this connection has thrown this person into I'm hearing a tailspin and seeing a spiral. And then also the other word that I'm seeing in my third eye is adversity. And it's almost like you have taught this person how to, I heard rise through the muck. Okay, so with this blue lotus, when this came out, I heard the flower that blooms in adversity is the rarest and most beautiful of all, which is a quote from Mulan. But if you know about the lotus flowers, these flowers literally have to grow up through mud, a very dark, dense, thick, gross environment. And then when it gets to the top, it sprouts. And it's a rare and beautiful flower, the lotus flower. In this flower alone, I would suggest maybe looking that up if you don't already know, what the lotus symbolizes. But it's huge transformation, and it's thriving post adversity. Like in the face of adversity, you do what you do to maintain. I don't even want to say you do what you do to maintain. For some of you guys, it's like that, but it's like you just keep pushing, you keep on pushing, and then when you make it to the top, you bloom and you're beautiful and you're the attraction. Do you know what I'm saying? This is what this person has learned. And for some of you guys, I'm getting about you, but for some of them, it's like they have learned. Okay, so what's coming through is like, maybe if they noticed this quality in you and they were Like, I want to be like that. You know what I mean? Even if it wasn't in a malicious way, maybe it was just like, I think this person is great. For some of you guys, though, I'm going to be quite frank. Some of you guys, it was coming from a very, like, um, egotistical place, like, but wounded ego. Like, this person feels like they deserve. Okay, so Don Juan is standing out. And I have this actually to highlight the light attributes and whatever's in reverse to do the shadows, but using the power of romantic attraction for private agendas. It's kind of like that. Spotlights your positive seductive qualities. Okay, so it may be flipped because what I'm getting is like, I think like through some sort of sexual encounter, it's almost like they wanted to, I'm getting kind of like, I just heard consume. I was gonna say like control your energy, like contain it, but I heard consume. Almost like through sexual exchange, like they would. Oh, this is coming through now. Like Ursula, how she takes Ariel's voice. You know what I mean? It's almost like that's what they were doing. And okay, so I want to be clear though, like I don't think this person readily recognized this characteristic in them. And I'm not, let me just explain before you're like, because some of you guys, I feel like, how the hell can someone not know, that that's what they're doing? Because for them, this is a normal experience. Anyone not doing this in their book, in their experience, is like the odd man out. You know what I mean? Like the people that they associated with, if they were around their romantic connections, that was the equal exchange between them and any of their romantic relationships. So this was the normal thing. This is like, okay, I'm hearing power by numbers, which is weird because it's coming through like color by numbers, and I'm seeing like a color by numbers in my third eye, but I'm hearing like power by number. So it's kind of like, yes, okay, so it's very strategic where it's like, it's like color by numbers, but in romance. Okay, let me try to paint this picture. So this person has multiple partners, and they have partners that are like levels 1, levels 2, levels 3, level 4, like in color by number. 1 means green, 2 means blue, 3 means red, whatever. You know what I mean? But for them, it's like these numbers are levels of power, so to speak. So it's like if you're the color number 10, then you have high power. So I'm gonna, this is this person's demeanor, or this is what it was. This is how Spirit is painting it to me. I don't think that they readily recognized it, but it's like they categorize people, their romantic partners in ways like, what can I get from them? Do you know what do you understand what I'm explaining? And so it's like that. So that's why I'm here, like power by numbers. And so that's how they were used to function, because that's what people did to them. They wanted to use them. They wanted other people, their other romantic partners that they were used to having, used sexual encounters to try to seduce your partner, this other energy that's here in this reading, to gain their status, to gain or to elevate their own status and power via this other energy, your twin flame, right? So that's what they've been used to. That's what they've been used to receiving, and that's how they've been used to functioning. That was an equal exchange. Then you come in the picture and you highlight this to them, how they're like hardcore a playboy or a playgirl, and they're like, okay, so what I'm getting is like, what I heard was like they're minimizing the sexual experience. Like sex is sacred energy exchange, SEX, sacred energy exchange. And you embody that. You don't even have to put words to it. You just embody that. There's not a thing that you do or don't do specifically. This isn't strategic or orchestrated, or you don't have some map or plan. It's so authentic. It's so organic. It's just you. It's just intrinsic. It's innate. It's just you. That is how you have come to be based on your experience in life. I'm also noticing like how much I'm like moving my hands and expressing. I don't know. That feels significant. So I can't even dissect that right now. Let me get back to what I was saying. That might be a side message. Maybe it'll come back up. But let me finish saying what I was saying. Okay, so what's coming through, honestly, is like, I don't remember what I was last saying, but it's coming through that, like, whatever it is that I was about to say, I feel like it might hurt this other energy's feelings because they're not that person anymore. Okay, so now I'm remembering that I was talking about sex. Oh, okay, all right. So I'm not. I feel like I don't know why I feel like I need to be clear. Like I'm not. I'm just elaborating. I'm just outlining and detailing. This isn't to place blame or not place blame. And if you feel yourself judging, if you feel yourself doing that in your energy, um, this person doesn't like that because they are seeing themselves now. I think for the first time actually ever as like a person, and by that I mean like it's okay to have flaws. It's okay to have made mistakes, but this is a new journey. So they're learning how to embrace this within themselves and not judge their self for their past actions or what they didn't know. Um, I'm hearing, I'm sorry for what I did when I didn't know, or something. What is it? Yeah, I'm sorry for what I did when I didn't know. It's like that, like when I didn't know any better. I'm sorry for what I did when I didn't know. That's how this person feels. So if you're the type of person that you like, I think this is what they're used to actually. Okay, that's what's coming through. This person is used to being in relationships where people will bring up their mistakes and throw it at them and use it for their advantage. Like, well, you did this thing, or you know, you like whatever qualities were deemed as bad in them, whoever they were with would bring that up as a manipulation tactic. And so it's like that is a okay, I was gonna say wound, but I'm hearing trauma. Like that's a trauma for this person, which means that like we all know we all have our own traumas, but it's delicate. Do you know what I'm saying? So um, I feel like it's important for you to know that because your energy is coming through. You might be direct, and I'm also getting a little bit of a firecracker, to be honest with you. Like especially if you feel like your wounds have been um, friction, like there's a lot of friction against your own wounds or your own traumas, then you may tend to react and kind of flare up. And it's like this person, you cannot do that with this. I mean, you could do whatever you want to do, but it will not be beneficial. And I don't know that you recognize readily, or maybe you do. You're the same way. I think most people are when it comes to their traumas and their wounds. Anytime there's any friction against it, people can tend to either like close down all the way or become reactive. And I'm hearing like it can go either way. I don't know if like one is more reactive and one closed down. I don't know. But my point is, it's like this person is just learning to embrace themselves as a human without judging themselves, meaning like they are recognizing whatever standards and expectations that they had placed on them of this perfection and you need to be a engineer keeps standing out to me. It's like whatever prominence. I'm just getting like there's this prominence. Okay, so now I'm seeing the scene from Queen Charlotte of Bridgerton, where King George is his mom drops by unannounced for a visit. And he's like, yes, mom, I know from the minute I was born, from the minute I can comprehend, I know that it was that everybody else's happiness and well-being was priority, like over my own wants and desires and everything. Yes, you told me I needed to do this, I did this thing. Yes, I know for the sake of this image I need to do. It's like that, like he's saying like, yes, I know I'm supposed to put myself aside for everybody, for this status, so that I can be the king to carry on this entire country I have on my back. There's that type of energy that this person has been, I don't know if I want to say carrying or been under, because I feel like it's both. Like they've been under that kind of pressure, so they had to carry it. But I feel like there's a part of them that's like, I'm not interested, because now what I'm seeing is the scene from that same show where he's like captivate. He's in his what is it called? I want to say, okay, it's called an observatory. But I wanted to say, okay, the word escapes me. A something. What's that thing? planetarium. I wanted to say a planetarium, but so I don't know if that's significant for someone. Maybe this person is into looking at the stars or researching the stars. Maybe they've recently become into astrology. For some people, I'm getting that they've recently that they're starting to learn and take interest in their birth chart and what that means for them, how that impacts them, that type of thing. Okay, so there's that. But so I said that to say, I feel like there's an element about this person where it's like they didn't want to necessarily do that, or it's not even that they didn't want to do that, but they didn't want to have to sacrifice their self for the pressures and the expectation. I just heard the riches of being a king. I'm seeing someone like, I want to give it all up. So I don't know if that's how your person feels or felt, but either way, this person is recognizing that they're a human being with or without this status. Like, they are still a person. And I'm seeing like a robot. Like, they don't have to have this robotic function. They don't have to. They're learning to embrace their humanness. And I know that probably sounds so wild, but this person, I'm getting that this person is high status somehow. And for some of you guys, I'm getting like maybe in a religious sense or a spiritual sense, and whatever their like worldview is, what I'm going to call it, like whatever their worldview is. Maybe there are certain obligations to, I'm hearing the throne. So I don't know. This person might be high status of some sort, or like, I don't know. But what I was trying to say was like, maybe it's like carrying out cultural traditions or religious traditions or whatever their like family traditions are, or their family beliefs or something like that. Do you get what I'm saying? Okay, now I'm being drawn to this song, but before I say that, I'm just being drawn to the song. Okay, so you have here, what if I just pull you close? What if I lean in and the stars line up? See, that comes in again. Oh, okay. Okay, this person, that's what you taught them. Okay, all right, I got it. So you have taught this person about basically fight? What? No, that's not what I was trying to say. I was trying to say about, well, I was going to say divinity, but another word was coming through which started with an F. And fate. That's what I was going to say. So I don't know why fight came out. That feels significant. Like, I think that this is a fight. What do I mean by that? I mean, like, there's a difference about you. Okay, I'm seeing this child orphan who is like, again, with the planetary, you might have flipped this person's belief system. Because, okay, yes, you have engineer in reverse. And look how, like, all of the gears and stuff. Doesn't this look so logical to you? All of the gears and then the structure and the lines and the perfect circles. It's like that. Everything has its place. Everything has its position. Everything has an explanation and everything like that. Like, this is how this person was, and you've flipped that for them. Like, flipped them on their head. And now they're like this little child sitting on top of this globe, like staring out at possibilities, is what I just heard. Like, yes, the planets, but staring out at possibilities. Because, again, I'm getting connected to this whole energy of, like, understanding or learning or taking an interest in astrology or the planetary influences, or even, like, for some of them, their own natal chart. And, okay, I'm getting that this person has gotten a clear understanding or a clearer understanding of who they were. Okay, this has been healing because whatever aspects about their self that they have shunned or locked away, whatever their shadows are, that maybe their society or their family lineage has told them that they're bad for, or that's dangerous, or they're whatever. Okay, so this person might be drawn to like a more dangerous aspect of life. You know what I mean? Like, this might be a risk, like right on the edge, live on the edge type of person. And it's like, this is a shameful, I'm hearing shameful thing. Like, this person couldn't just outright express that. This is like secret, I'm hearing secret fetishes, like that type of stuff. All that stuff would have been shunned by quite possibly their like world beliefs, their family belief system, their family structure, or I don't know, a culture, a religion. You know, that's going to apply differently, but looking into their birth chart and having to explain, like, okay, this planet rules this and this house rules this, and that type of thing, like these. So it's going to create these type of characteristics. It's like they're understanding that there's nothing that they're doing wrong or not doing wrong. This is just how their chart has lined up, and it explains so clearly to them all the things that they couldn't figure out. Not only that, but there's like other people that's like this. There's like similar energies, you know what I mean, where it's like, oh my God, oh, okay, I have, Venus in Mars or something. And there are other Venus and Mars people who have this type of love language like me, and they blah, 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 whatever. But I'm also getting that this has opened up a new world, a new window for this person, because it's like now this person can see people clearly. Okay, so let me move into this because that goes along really perfectly, because this explains like how they have learned this. And it was, my intention again was through you. So let me just start over here, because this is the world view. This is what you have taught them about their self, about their relationships, and then about their world view. And then these are how the avenue, I heard the lens in which this was taught. So I don't know what that means. Okay, but you have the Three of Pentacles and the Five of Pentacles. And what I got from this was like, I'm getting kind of yes, of course, because you're twin flames, because I'm getting reflective energy where it's like you have shown this person where I'm hearing false alliances, like where they've had false alliances and where they've been super judgmental. And not only that, but how they have confined themselves into this tiny bubble, which is limiting them. They thought that you have articulated to them somehow the difference between inclusivity and exclusivity, where they associated exclusivity with a higher status, right? But really, the exclusivity keeps them closed in this tight circle of only whatever knowledge exists in that exclusive circle, because nobody else can expand that. Because if you don't have the criteria to meet this exclusive circle, you can't come in. Do you get what I'm saying? And you've illuminated that for them, whereas your energy is inclusive. And so because you include, I'm seeing like a person for every single kind of race and ethnicity. Because you include that and you embrace that, your knowledge, your vocabulary, your expression is expansive. And they're seeing now oh my God, this is so powerful. They're seeing now I'm hearing for the first time in forever. Like they're seeing for the first time in forever, maybe even in ever, like how, oh my God, okay, I'm seeing like false, their whole belief system was, I'm seeing something being dismantled, like, now I'm hearing, I came in like a wrecking ball, and I'm seeing the little wrecking ball like break down a structure of some sort. So it's like that's what you've done for this person. I just heard like isolating yourself. I think like from withdrawing there might have been a group or something. Somehow you have withdrawn your energy from this person and their exclusive circle. And I think so what I'm getting is like it caught them off guard. It flipped them off their head, because for them they're like, do you recognize that this is an exclusive circle? Like not everybody has entry into this exclusive group. And do you understand what you're doing when you're choosing to walk away? This person's energy is like, I don't think you do. Like, I don't think you understand how exclusive. And you're like, oh, I see very well how exclusive this is, and I want no parts. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you readily know in your energy, like, I do not want to be confined. What? I don't want to be confined, contained. Like, I'm seeing someone like, okay, so now I'm seeing and hearing the line from Aladdin where he's like, itty bitty living space. It's like that, where it's like, I don't want to be confined and contained and squished into this box where I have to exist at the whims and demands of somebody else, which might have been this person. This person might have been, I'm getting like they were like, I'm hearing the leader of the pack. That's the song, Shangri-La Girls, the leader of the pack. I really enjoy that song. Maybe you want to listen to that. There may or may not be any messages in that, to be honest with you. Because the line that I literally heard was the leader of the pack. Okay. Anyways, I need some water again. That was, whew, good Lord. My tip jar is listed in the description box below. This is hard work we're doing here. I'm just kidding. Hold on a second, guys. Oh my God, I'm gonna have to, like, this was so full, and I took those 2 drinks. Oh, you can't tell how, like, nearly empty it is now. I'm so, whew. Man, reading energy is a real thing, you guys. Of course it's real. What I'm trying to say is, shit's exhausting. Okay, so what else have you taught this person? So, okay, going back to this Don Juan and about their, I'm hearing now, there's a lot of songs coming through. So, okay, well, that makes sense because this is a twin flame reading. So you guys may communicate to each other on I want to explain this because I feel like when you hear tarot readers say, like, you guys are communicating to each other, your person is communicating to you through music, or you're communicating, this happens in a 5D realm. So if you are not aware and conscious of it, and if that other person is not aware and conscious of it, then you may go to them and ask them, like, you know, were you sending me songs or whatever? And their physical, did I say 5D? That it happens in a 5D? Because that's what I meant. I don't know if I said 3D or 5D. But in the 3D, in the physical, on this earth, this person may say, like, no, I'm not sending you any songs. But we have our higher self, which operates all the time in the 5D. And so it could be your 5D. But if you are more open, aware, psychic, whatever, you may have more moments of getting random songs and just energetically knowing, like, okay, that's that person. That's that person's higher self communicating this to me. So while their ego may still be in the way, while their mind may be fucking shit up in the physical realm, their higher self, their soul feels this way towards me. Do you get what I'm saying? And vice versa. So I don't know if this person is aware of that now or not, but I feel like for you, yeah. So, okay, going back to what I was saying. So, with this card, what they've learned about themselves. The song that I'm hearing is, the lyrics, it's like, I had to change my player ways, got way too complicated for me. Break it down. That's Bryson Tiller. I think it's Don't. I think that song is Don't. But the line that I was hearing was, had to change my player ways, got way too complicated for me. Lord, please save it for me. Do this one favor for me. Sorry for my singing voice, you guys. That's not even singing. I'm just, I don't know, trying to give you the words in rhythm, I guess. I don't know. But anyways, so yeah, that's coming through. I'm just hearing again, like, Lord, please save it for me. Do this one favor for me. Also, this person might want to have a child. This is really looking like a fetus to me. What? That's weird, right? Like, this is really looking like a fetus. You know how you see in the ultrasound? Let me turn it this way. And you see, like, the umbilical cord coming from this part, and they have the, like, very large head, and then the body that looks like a freaking larva, like no legs or arms yet. This is totally looking like a freaking fetus to me, especially with, like, the lightness in here. Tell me the truth, you guys. Does this look like a fetus to you? If not, then maybe it just looks like a lima bean. I'm just kidding. It totally looks like a fetus to me. So anyways, this person might want to, like, seriously have a baby with you. Settle down. Like, it's like that. Like, okay, so, because remember I was telling you how it feels like this was flipped, you know, where it was like this player energy and how they were using sex. Yes. And now they're able to see it as a sacred energy exchange and intentional. Like, I am intentionally sharing and exchanging energy with you in a sexual way, a way that could quite possibly produce a child. So yeah, spotlights your positive, seductive qualities. I don't know if you can see that. And so from what I'm getting from, okay, so let me move back down here before I go here again. But I'm getting that this was done. It's not, again, your energy is not coming through at all in like it's in a strategic way. It's coming through so pure. It's coming through so organic. It's coming through so organic and so, I was going to say natural, which is literally the same thing as organic. So yeah, where it's like, this is intuitive and it's nurturing and it's not, well, let me do this nurturing thing so I can get whatever. It's just like, it's just intuitive. Like, you sense when or how to be engaging, like nurturing with this it's like you, like, I'm seeing, okay, I'm seeing like a mama. I'm seeing a mama wolf, like licking the wounds of her the mate. I don't know. It's like that. Like you just know. Okay, I'm not doing it. You probably know because it's your energy. I'm doing a terrible job explaining this though. It is. Yo, it's Kali Ma standing out, and I love Kali Ma. A lot of people are so intimidated and afraid of Kali Ma because she is like the destroyer. She is the goddess of destruction. She will tear shit down. I mean, like, look at the how she's depicted. She's a headless man right here that she's about to eat, no less. You know what I mean? She has multiple arms. She has, I don't know if you can tell, but these are like skulls around her neck, which I think, and then she sits on top of skulls, which I think are said to be like the lives that she's taken. And a lot of people can receive her energy as like, well, it's the goddess of destruction, but she's actually comes from a very nurturing and protective space. So if you ever work with Kali Ma and call her in, you would want to call her in, especially if you know that you have a lot of energies around you, karmics, negatives, intentionally malicious, evil, demonic energies, and you want them cut out of your life because it's like the lesson has been learned, the moment has passed, like whatever. This person in a loving, nurturing way will destroy that, because especially if you operate with a pure heart, with genuine intentions, and you know you're not out here trying to harm anyone. She's very protective in that way, and that's what I'm getting, like, that you have done, or how you have been for this person. Where, okay, so again, remember how I was saying, gosh, this is a long ass reading, you guys. I might have to like do, I don't know how I'm gonna post this, but this is long as hell. Okay, so anyways, honestly, this might just be like a twin flame reading. I don't know that I'm going to do this as a pick a card because that's how this is coming through. Okay, so, so what I was saying is like with this Kali Ma energy, like that's how you were. So remember how I was saying in the past, like this person is used to dealing with relationships where, you know, their romantic partner, their karmics or whoever, it doesn't even have to be romantic. This could very well be family members too. They would they would paint, okay, hold on. Okay, so Spirit's saying, like, I don't need to highlight that. So let me talk about your energy. Your energy is the type of energy that's trustworthy. It's loyal. It's so pure. You're not the type of person that's going to throw something in their face for any reason, you know what I mean? It's coming through so protective and sacred and nurturing, and it's like a vault is what's coming through. Like it's safe here. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm hearing like you're safe here. Like you don't have to worry about me. I'm seeing, okay. I'm like, you don't have to worry about me throwing shit at you. You know what I mean? For whatever reason, to get a reaction or whatever reason people do that. It's like that's how your energy comes through. Like I'm here to nurture you and care for you, and not. I want to say, when I hear myself saying that, it feels to me like when I'm saying that, it sounds like it's coming across like I want to do this for you for something. I'm not getting that. If there's a something, the only something that I'm getting from that is like to be in your presence, to love you, to like, sorry if you guys can hear that that crying in the background. I'm getting like this is that type of energy makes your baby makes your baby cry, makes your chin cry like a baby in the best way. And I'm not judging this person, because I think that there's something, this person is just learning emotions, and that it's okay and it's healthy to express them, and it doesn't mean that you're less than or you're this or you're that or whatever because you express your emotions. That's just that is the basis of being a human. Do you know what I'm saying? Like the only requirement for you to be able to express an emotion is, I was going to say to be a human, but actually animals express too. So you get what I'm saying? It's a basic fundamental of life. Because exactly, yeah, it's like that's how we let energy, that's how energy expresses itself. Because even like in animal kingdoms, that's how you know when you're safe, when you're not safe, when you need to be on alert, when you need to be cautious, when you're near a predator and you need to protect yourself, or when you're injured, or when you're a pup and you need to yelp for help to let your mama know you're in danger. Like all of that exists on the human spectrum as well. We humans overcomplicate shit because we have minds and logics and shit like that. Animals operate in instinct. And this person is recognizing that, like, I just heard emotional distress. It's like a signal that we send out to people to let them know to let them know energetically, like, where we are and what type of interactions that we need. Same way, like, a baby cries whenever they need something, you know what I mean? Because they can't communicate with their words yet. So they express, or when they're happy, you see their face light up. When they're scared, they kind of startle and move. That's literally how we come in and start life. And it's like you've brought that person back to that in this nurturing space. Do you get what I'm saying? Wow, this is really freaking beautiful, yo. Okay, so now, their relationships with other people. It's so fascinating because you have the Ace of Cups here and the King of Cups, and I think this speaks more to about, like, where they are now. Because, okay, what they've learned, this came out in the shadow position. So this says reliance on mechanistic solutions without regard for emotional consequences. Exactly. It's that manipulative energy that's like, I want what I want, and it doesn't matter how it impacts other people. It goes back to that example that I was explaining to you about the dynamics that they're used to having in their relationships, where whether it's them doing it or it's being done to them, where it's like, let me use this aspect of self to gain whatever power or status or whatever I can from this person to elevate. It's very transactional. Like, that's what you have illuminated to them. But I'm getting, though, because you have, again, the Ace of Cups and the King of Cups here, that this is, again, something that you've helped them to learn. So the light attributes: ability to give creative energy a practical expression. Okay, I have something to say about that. Let me finish reading this, though. Talent for designing resolutions to common dilemmas. Okay, so what I'm getting for this is that the sacral chakra is responsible for our creative energy, our sexual energy, our emotional energy. All of that is housed in the sacral chakra. And you have a lot of the coloring of the sacral chakra, which is like that orangey color. And it's like that. So what I'm getting is, like, this person they were definitely off in their expression of. So, okay, what's coming through is, like, they were so blocked in their emotional energy as it relates to your sacral chakra, and overactive in their sexual energy when it comes to the sacral chakra. So there was no balance. So it's like, by expressing, okay, so now what I'm seeing is like a geyser, or like something. I'm seeing, like, you tap, I'm pretty sure it's called a geyser, where you tap into the earth, and then there's like this explosion of water, and at first it's just like it comes rushing out, and then after that pressure is released, it kind of tamps down and it comes to just a steady, strong flow. It's like that, where this person has had to go through experiencing this, like, someone like you've tapped into the well of emotion for this person and relieved the pressure. So because they're relieving that emotional pressure, or because they are able to or will be able to constantly release and express that emotional aspect, and that emotional energy can be anything. It's just energy. Whatever the emotional expression is, whether it's anger or sadness or happiness or joy or anticipation or whatever it is, they can express it. What I want to emphasize that, because it's like, when they express it, it just flows through like a channel. We're all channels. It just flows through. And when that happens, it can continue to flow. It's not overactive and it's not blocked. So because there's a balance in that emotional expression, it helps to bring down this sexual energy, where they're not just, I just heard, where they're not just out here being a floozy or a philanderer. So, that. They can, okay, so now I'm like, they can channel it, they can direct it into creative endeavors, into a sacred energy exchange, into creating life, quite possibly, for some of you guys. Like, they're looking at this differently, especially here with the Ace of Cups. What? Especially with the Ace of Cups here, and this King of Cups. The Scorpio and Libra card is the signs are standing out on here. So you may be one of those signs or not. I don't know. Both, you might have them in the chart. But what I'm getting from this is, like, Scorpios are very deep, intentional, emotional, sensual characters. Characters? What? People. but we are characters. Yes, we are. And then Libras are very fair, balanced, diplomatic, just, and that's how I feel like they're seeing you, where it's like a good balance of. Scorpio is also co-ruled by Mars. Mars is the planet of action, drive, passion, conflict, willpower. So it's like they're just seeing you in a very good balance of like action in your masculine and feminine energy of this nurturing, emotional space, sensual. It's like, okay, so what I'm getting is like this person feels like they could have it all with you. They could have it all. Like they can express every facet of whatever in their, like every area of their life, every facet of their life, where it's like, will my partner fit? Where they might have felt like, okay, it's like my nails, where they might have felt like, okay, my partner can fit where all of these red nails are, but how am I going to satisfy these two? Like they don't fit there. You know what I mean? Where you come in and you're like, haha, gotcha. You know what I'm saying? How wild that I did my nails like this today. Cause I did not expect that to go that, but it's like that. They're seeing like where they're just seeing like a perfect mashup, you know what I mean? Like in all areas of their life where they didn't think it was possible before to have someone that is so gratifying. And honestly, I get the same thing from you. This person, they have the Phoenix card here, which is the card of the like evolution, transformation. Scorpio has 3 levels. There's the Scorpion, the Eagle, and the Phoenix is the highest, which is the highest evolved. This is the spiritual card. This is the ability to, so where the Scorpion is down, it's on the ground, it's reactive, it can only see what it can see in its area, you know what I mean? So there's a lot more defensive. The Eagle can soar above and see things from a higher perspective. The Phoenix card is able to allow this higher perspective to, I want to say it's like to transform them, yes, but I want to say it's almost like they can remove their personal, yes, ego death, exactly. Like they can remove their ego from the situation and allow themselves to be changed. I feel like you have opened that up for this person where they are recognizing like, okay, it's okay to let go of these identities that I've held on to, or this belief system or whatever, and I can be transmuted and transformed. And from that, I mean like I can have a bigger perspective. Okay, so this circle is standing out to me, which is coming through like how I feel like you've opened this person's eyes in a way that we're all connected in a way that feels tangible to them. Because before I feel like people would say like, oh yeah, you know, we're all connected, or I'm hearing, okay, I'm hearing we're all in this together, and I'm being seen what? I'm being like taken back to like the COVID era when it was like, yeah, we're all in this together. But I mean, the reality is like, yes, it's a mutual experience, but we're not all in this together, because like, who can I call when I da 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 da? And some people have the ability to work, and some people don't. Some people have family that they can lean on. Some people don't. Some people are completely isolated. Some people are not. Some people have existing health conditions. Some people are not. And all of those categories are like separate. So before, I feel like they might have been, I don't know if that was a great example, offensive example, I don't know. But my point is like before, I feel like it was one of those things where it's like people just say it to be encouraging and supportive because that's the thing to say or thing to do, but there was no, okay, what I heard was evidence. The reason why I said that is because I was going to say there was no tangible thing, but again, this person was very logical minded. I mean, I think that they still are. They haven't gotten rid of that all, but it's like they've expanded that. So now they have their logic and this, I want to say intuition, this wisdom, this higher wisdom. Yeah, so now they can relate more to this. We're all connected. And what I'm getting, honestly, is like, if this person recently discovered tarot or the spiritual world in some sense where, you know, a lot of us, we do energy reading where a lot of us were really discovering our own, I heard clairvoyance. I was going to say clair abilities, but clairvoyance is coming through. Maybe this person specifically is recognizing how they're clairvoyant or they have some sort of a psychic gift. So anyways, what I'm saying is like their experience. Oh, okay. Because now what I'm getting is like that telepathy with the song thing. It's like now they're realizing, they're seeing, they're understanding, like we are all connected. I'm seeing someone who's like, their mind is blown. Like you've blown this person's mind. This person finds you very fascinating. So, okay, I guess that's what we're going to go to. Let me, did I say this one already? I think I started with this, right? Or did I not? Hold on. Their worldview. Okay, so, Yeah, okay. All right. So the shadow attributes, I'm getting like this is where they were and this is what they've learned for all of the cards, to be honest with you. This one came out in reverse, so I think that this was like a really big lesson for them, um, which was the relationship. Like what they, and what I mean by that is like this might have been the hardest for them to grapple with and accept. And what I'm getting is like the reason why that is because this is beyond just romantic relationships. They're recognizing where they have sacrificed their self. I'm hearing self betrayal in relationships with people that they've really loved and trusted, like family members. And so now it's like they have to figure out how, like it's just, that's a hard thing to like to really grapple with, because you know, it's your family, and we're taught that your family is supposed to be your family forever. And not that they're not, I don't know. There's nothing coming about like what their family dynamic, but it's like they're recognizing where now they have to like set boundaries and not sacrifice their own wants, their own desires for the sake of, I'm going to say like quote unquote this crown, because that example was coming through from Queen Charlotte. So do you know what I'm saying? Where it's like now they're like, okay, now that I recognize, I understand I have this duty to this crown, but I'm also a person and I have these, like, I will not compromise on these things about myself or my needs or whatever. Do you know what I mean? So, there's that. Okay, so for their worldview, the shadow attribute was feelings of abandonment that stifle maturation, seeking inappropriate surrogate families. So I feel like from this is like, again, with that group dynamic of, I'm hearing going along to get along, like that exclusivity. Yeah, okay, so exactly. So it's almost like they were seeking some sort of connection, and they thought that they had that by being like in these exclusive groups or in this exclusive mindset. Because I'm hearing Drake's song, no new friends, no new friends. And then I'm also hearing, hold on. It's like, how about now? How about now? What is that song? Drake. Look, okay, this totally like is popping out. But it's Drake. It's how about now? What is that song? The only part that I'm hearing is like, how about now? Oh, didn't fuck me way back then, but how about now? How about now? Something like that. Like that energy where it's like, and then okay, so now I'm hearing another line from his song. It's like, I actually don't. It's something like, circle got so small became a period. I don't know if that's exactly verbatim the words, but it's about that. Like, circle got so small became a period. Yeah, so anyways, so there was this sense of like, nah, we're close, we're tight, we're family, you know, no new friends, whatever. And this kind of judgment, like, okay, because the other thing that came through when these cards came out, I heard was like, you can't sit with us, which was a line from Mean Girls, which I mean is exactly how it sounds, like you're not good enough to sit with us, like that. So that's that false sense of like family, you know what I mean? That exclusivity, where now they're understanding, okay, this goes along with what I was telling my daughter today. This says independence based on learning to go it alone, conquering fear of surviving. So I was explaining to my daughter today, like, listen, you can maintain your individuality and still be a part of the group. Don't just go along to get along. If you see that your friend, because how did this come up? This came up because she was saying like, oh my God, one of the teachers were dancing and it was so embarrassing. And I was like, why? What was embarrassing? She was like, because they were dancing like a parent. I'm like, well, is that teacher a parent? You know what I mean? Why would that be embarrassing? That would be like me telling you that you're so embarrassing for doing something that's age appropriate for you. How would that make you feel? Would you want someone to speak to you in that way? Do you know what I mean? And so I was telling her, like, if you're saying these kind of things because you hear your friends reacting that way and you think that's cool, that's not a good look. You can maintain your sense of individuality and still be a part of the group. Now, if you recognize that this group is moving in a direction that goes against against your morals or your own personal identity, your own belief systems, whatever it is, then you can always separate from that. But as long as you stay true to who you are, your personal identity, you're going to attract those that are in alignment with you. And you don't have to compromise then your own individuality for the sake of being in a group that's just being sheepled around and ushered according to trends and society and whatever else. These people lack identity. That's what this person has learned, to be that they can still maintain their own opinions, their own beliefs. They can still speak up. They can still, I'm hearing rock the boat, don't rock the boat, baby. Like, I feel like this person had a fear of rocking the boat before, where now they're recognizing they can speak up and speak on how they feel or whatever, and it doesn't have to be, I'm hearing argumentative. It doesn't have to be argumentative. But the other thing that this person is recognizing, that if it does become argumentative in an unhealthy way, then that is, they're not obligated to stick around, and they don't have to blame themselves, you know what I mean, for that. Excuse me. They're recognizing that this just, I'm hearing the quote that I love again. They're recognizing, the quote that I love is, a person can only meet you as deeply as they met themselves. So if they come into contact with someone and they have a conversation, and the person becomes argumentative and they're not receptive and able to maintain a conversation. Now, don't get me wrong. I understand that when we become passionate about something, sometimes you can hear the passion in our voice. That's not the same as argumentative. That's one thing that this person is recognizing, is the difference between that. But not only that, this person is recognizing that it's okay to have passion in conversation, and it can still maintain healthiness. If it does get to the point where it's argumentative and it's not like it's becoming agitated and it's not progressing in a healthy way, where like one or both parties are taking something away from it for whatever, the enlightenment, the evolution, whatever benefit, this person is recognizing they can walk away. That doesn't make them a bad person, and that person just is not there yet. So they don't even have to judge that other one, because again, a person can only meet you as deeply as they met themselves. Yo, this is coming through hardcore about like wanting to make a baby with you. Legit. So, you know, there's that. Do with that what you will. I don't know. Have the conversation. Don't just assume. You know what I mean? But okay, so that's what I have. This was a long ass reading, and I'm not even going to do a pick a card, to be honest with you, because this is an hour and 30 minutes. This is totally going to be its own twin flame video. The other thing that I want to say though is like, it's my intention to move away from this twin flame and like romance and love readings. And the reason why I say that is because I think it's so much more beneficial to the collective as a whole if we can all focus on ourselves, not in a selfish way, in a way that it grows us individually. Because when we grow individually, not only do we, so when we grow individually, it creates a spark for change, and it's like a light. I'm seeing like a flame or a torch touching another torch, and then that other torch becomes ignited. Now there's two torches. It's like that whole ripple effect. But not only that, when we can heal our own wounds, we're less likely to project out into the world our own wounds and then blame it on other people and assume that everyone else is the problem. We can all take responsibility for ourselves. Imagine how much more effective a conversation would be if everybody in that conversation was responsible and accountable for self, not to take on blame of other people. They just own their side of the street. If everyone was like, oh yeah, you know what, that was my trash that I left there, let me go ahead and pick that up. Or, you know what I mean? That doesn't mean that no one's gonna do for others. So if I see that you left your trash out, but you know, you had an emergency, like I can still be like, hey George, by the way, I saw you left your trash out. I'd like to help you out. Is it okay if I take it, or did you set it there and is it there for a reason? You know what I mean? Like that can still happen. But instead of it being like, oh my God, look at George, he didn't take that trash out. Worry about your side of the street, homie. Like, you know what I mean? I think that if we can all do that, it would just make for a better freaking society, and then we can all focus on loving and embracing ourselves. And when we all love and embrace ourselves and accept ourselves for who we are, we're less likely to judge and project on other people. And when we're less likely to judge and project onto other people, it creates a better, safer space and environment for us to express ourselves authentically. And when we can express ourselves authentically, we can connect with each other authentically. And then when we can connect with each other authentically, we are thriving, not just surviving. You dig? And that's my aim. So I said all that to say, I think I want to move a little more towards like self-focus. That was the intention when I started this, was self-actualization. So I don't know that too many more of these are going to continue, but spirit moves how spirit moves. I didn't even intend for this one, so we'll see. You and I both. Anyways, I've talked so long for such a decade. I'm so sorry if I've kept you way longer than you anticipated, but thank you so much for being here, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.